Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. And in today's video, we are going to be doing a trailer reaction for James Gunn's Superman movie that will be coming out in July of 2025. So James Gunn's Superman movie had dropped a official teaser trailer quite some time ago. I mean, it's been roughly about 3 to 4 months since the official teaser trailer that James Gunn and DC had put out for the James Gunn Superman movie. And James Gunn did announce that the official trailer would be coming out very, very soon, and we are finally upon the official trailer for James Gunn's Superman movie. So, for those of you guys who've been living under a rock for the past, like, I don't know, 5 years, actually, James Gunn, the guy that directed the Guardians of the Galaxy Marvel Cinematic Universe movies and the Guardians of the Galaxy like holiday special for the Disney Plus MCU shows, you know. He's the guy that is the Kevin Feige of DC Studios, and his co-chairman is Peter Safran. Yeah, James Gunn, the guy that directed the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, is DC Studios' Kevin Feige. And he even said he was offered to direct a Superman movie, you know, back when basically it was canceled for those tweets he had, and he basically turned it down, and he just did the Suicide Squad. So even back then, DC wanted him to be the successor to Zack Snyder in directing the next Superman movie. Now, I don't know if that was going to be Man of Steel 2, but knowing how DC functions and how stupid they can be and how backwards of logic of how they think, that was probably going to be Man of Steel 2. Imagine a world where the Snyder Bros would have had to deal with the fact that James Gunn would have directed Man of Steel 2. That literally the internet would have been burnt to the ground.
Honestly. Oh, I know. Snyder Bros are so terrible.
Oh God. Like literally, guys, earlier today, I commented under Rob Liefeld's tweet because he had a tweet that basically went like this. He likes both Man of Steel and Superman Returns. I think Superman Returns sucks. I don't think it's a good movie at all. And Man of Steel, I don't like the movie either. It's not that good, you know? And I was like, Superman is not Superman in Man of Steel. He let his dad die by a tornado. And his character has super speed. And someone said, but he let his dad die in Superman 78. Automatically, when you say that, I know you didn't watch that movie. That's not the point of that scene right there. In Superman 78, when Pa Kent dies, it shows Clark, because everyone knows this. This is not a new thing I'm saying to you guys. It's to show that no matter how powerful he is, he's not God. He can't obviously stop natural causes of death. He literally couldn't save his adopted dad because his dad had a heart attack. That's to show him humanity, that humans are fragile and they can die at any moment in time. Unlike
life
him,
is precious.
Yeah, he didn't let his dad die in Superman 78. I know you didn't watch the movie. You yourself need to rewatch that movie. And someone said you didn't watch Man of Steel. I know for sure I watched that movie more than you have, and I don't even like that movie. That movie stinks. You know, Henry Cavill wasn't a good Superman actor. It's crazy. I'll ask so many people, what was actually good about his Superman? Because you'll ask people about Superman actors, and they'll be like, oh, I liked this Superman actor because he did this for me. I liked this Superman actor because he did this for me. Whenever I ask people, what did you actually genuinely enjoy about Henry Cavill Superman? They can't tell me one thing. You know why, guys? Because he wasn't a good Superman. I'm sorry. I understand that maybe like he was given bad material and the like Zack Snyder and the writers really didn't give him good stuff. That's understandable. But how many actors do we know for movies that we've watched to the point where, you know, just because they're given bad material doesn't mean that their acting performance goes down? Like, I don't think Henry Cavill's a good actor at all, in my opinion. I think he's super overrated. And his super performance really wasn't even that good. Like, I still don't understand what's so interesting about a Superman performance. Like, Tom Wellings was better. Tyler Hoechlin was better. Christopher Reeves was better. The voice actors for Superman from the animated shows and the movies, better way of conveying Superman. You know, Brandon Routh. I liked him in the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover.
Yeah, when he played Kingdom Come Superman, he did a really good job with that. I would like to think that Henry Cavill could have done better if he had a better director and story. But at the same time, though, I like Henry Cavill, but he's not the strongest actor. He's getting better, but he's not the strongest actor. Even in he was decent in Witcher. I loved him in the Fallout, one of my favorite Mission
And
Impossible
that has
movies.
some context to it. Like Tom Cruise, from we know, is very known because Emily Blunt will tell you, Tom Cruise does not let any actor on his set run it down. She even said he literally pushed her to act even harder than what she thought she was doing. So, I agree. Henry Cavill did a great job in Mission Impossible Fallout, but that is because he's also around Tom Cruise, and the director of those movies is still Christopher McQuarrie, from what I know. He wouldn't let Henry Cavill get away with just, I just stand here, look stiff, and I smile sometimes. Henry Cavill's acting is not good. I generally think it's because he's attractive, and girls just get wet when they see him, and that happens for me
Walter
too.
In the comments says, yes, of course it does. Walter in the comments said that Henry Cavill was great in Tudors, which he was. In Tudors, he was good. And I also didn't think he was bad in that remember that movie he played Odysseus with the gods in it and the demon, and he was fighting against Michael or I forgot the name. There was a film where he did the whole Spartan kind of thing, and that one was not a great film, but Cavill did pretty decent in it. But yeah, he's not a hugely strong actor. The new actor for Superman that you see in the trailer,
David Cornslet,
yeah. So far, I'm liking what I'm seeing. He definitely has the better dialogue and writing than James Gunn behind him to help out. This is I like him, but I think you're right though. Henry Cavill is the weakest actor, and he didn't have a Clark Kent. Everyone else has almost
like a story. You could debate he had no real actual arc in general.
Well, even in Man of Steel, he looked more like a Calvin Klein model than he did a nerdy reporter. Like, it was just weird that Lawrence Fishburne's Perry White was just like, "Whoa, what's up, nerd? They must like nerds. You're a nerd." And it's like, here's Cavill standing there in like this, like partially unbuttoned plaid, like buttoned up, looking like he's just on the fall calendar at JCPenney. And he's like, "Oh, you're just a nerd, you stupid nerd."
Like, literally, I ask people this. Think of all the Superman actors and rank Henry Cavill in them. Just do the movies. Christopher Reeves for a lot of people, or you can say TV shows too if you want to. Live action TV show you can add in there. You could. I would say Christopher Reeves for a lot of people is the best one. I would throw Tyler Hoechlin probably as my second favorite. Then you got Tom Welling.
That's such an underrated show. He's
so good. You want the actual Superman? Go watch Superman and Lois. I watched Superman and Lois seasons 1 and 2. I have to finish the rest of it. Really good, really good. Tyler Hoechlin for me second. Tom Welling third. Brandon Routh has to be fourth. People say Dean Cain. Fun fact: out of all the Superman stuff I've watched, I've never seen the Dean Cain Superman show ever. I've never seen.
I grew up watching that one. I grew up watching.
Would you say Dean Cain's better than Henry Cavill?
Yes.
God. So for Henry, and now with David Cornslet coming up, dude, it potentially the bottom on our list most of the time.
Well, Walter's right. That he's not a great actor. He's just not one that can carry a film that has bad writing and directing. And he needs, if he has a good director, it has good writing, he can do a good job because he's a decent actor. He's not that actor where it's like give them garbage and they can make poetry out of it like some actors can. But the Dean Cain Superman. I think the Tyler Hoechlin, I can't say, is that how you say his name?
Tyler Hoechlin, yeah,
the Lois and Clark one. That one, ooh, wow. That's such an underrated series.
That's the first episode. Remember, he comes in that suit, and the kid's like, "Where'd you get that suit?" He's like, "My mom made it." That's Superman.
Oh yeah, even I watched it all the way through to the last season, and it was Yeah, it was great. They should have put more money into it, and it should have kept going because
Yeah,
that show was top notch in my opinion, and it
it's
does a
yeah,
really good job. Like the special effects weren't always great, but
yeah.
for a TV show, that was more than good enough. Like
It's
that was more
basically, if you guys are reading the Ultimate Spider-Man comics right now from Marvel Comics from Jonathan Hickman and Marco Cicchetto, it's essentially that, but for
yeah,
Superman. Essentially, he's done his career is essentially kind of established, and he's just raising kids, which is a nice progression for the character after all these many years. The last thing I'll say before we watch the trailer is my big criticism of the last trailer was that we really didn't get a chance to see David Corn Sweat talk as Superman. And people are like,
yeah,
why's the big thing? Okay, guys, just use your brains. Superman, it's a character where him talking conveys so much. We haven't really heard him like speak. Yeah, that's a problem. And other than that, the first trailer didn't really show that much. I think the crypto stuff is cute. I'll be honest here. I think you guys
yeah,
are heartless out there. You guys have no soul. That crypto stuff James Gunn is doing with his dog is absolutely adorable. I like it. I think it's cute. Adds another layer of fun to the movie. The only thing that James Gunn needs to do with this movie is to balance out that Superman has a different kind of humor than Guardians and the Suicide Squad. He needs to have the humor basically balanced in slice of life, everyday kind of normal human behavior for a humoristic point for the movie, and you're good. And you need to make sure the characters in the movie matter outside of like basically how we talked about Ghost from Thunderbolts. Ghost from Thunderbolts really didn't mean anything, and this movie has bigger cast than even Thunderbolts does. So you need to make these characters have an actual impact. Like, hey, if they're gonna be, you know, useful in the plot, let them be useful, not just like, oh, Mr. Terrific's here. Oh, that was cool seeing that guy. Now we'll never
yeah,
see me in the plot anymore. It's like people don't like that. Just make sure it's useful. But
yeah. This trailer you're gonna like then because there's a lot of talking. Much more story is revealed in this trailer.
only issue I have before we play is 3 minutes. God, good lord. Whatever, it's fine. It's fine. It's okay. I have the tools to cope with whatever life throws at me. Also, when we watch this movie in the theaters, well, when I watch it, because I know you guys are seeing it too, I'm gonna take my wife. I'll have to have sex with her before the movie, obviously after the movie, and I'm pretty sure you guys believe me. That was amazing. That was really
Yeah,
good. That was
it's good.
awesome. Wow. And this is what I love that James Gunn brought back. He did the thing that I asked him to do. And this is comic book stuff right here before I get into the actual trailer. This is what you need. Everyone's going to watch this trailer to the very end. And this is like stuff you can pick up for Superman. This is where you can kind of just read it and not have any prior knowledge and just you can enjoy the stories for what they are. You know, this is what DC has over Marvel. Marvel still doesn't do this in 2025 with their freaking trailers for their movies is they don't promote their comic books. DC, the only time DC's really missed this was with the last Superman trailer. The last Superman trailer got like so many views. It got like 300 million views in like the first like week. Crazy. But no, this is great. This is also Superman. This is what the movie's based on. So I'd read this first. This be the one I would read because it's be based on the movie. So that way you guys know like what they changed and whatever, you know. This one is by the people that did the Long Halloween, Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale. Yeah.
It is such a good story.
And if you're like a person that, you know, wants to go on the old comics, like back when they first started, you can get Action Comics #1 from DC's Finest right here. This is where the first Superman comic to ever exist is in that book right there. And the first 20 of them exist there too. So there you go. But other than that, nerd comic book shit, because, you know, comic book fans are fucking nerds and losers. This is good. This is very good. So the thing that people got angry at on Twitter from what I saw in the trailer is that he was showing emotion. I don't really know what the problem is. Is Superman shows emotion?
Yeah,
Shows emotion in
and
a lot of the comic books.
compassionate, and
This man
he's dedicated.
emoted right here more than what Henry Cavill did in that previous Superman movie.
I really like. It's very subtle, but when he's like, when they first start talking, he's like, "You'll let me interview as Superman," and he tells her like, well, "Let's go,
Yeah.
Walter Cronkite." Then when he switches to Superman, his voice drops like an octave.
Yeah.
It's really subtle, but it's really done well. And I was very happy with this trailer.
Yeah, this is way better than the teaser trailer. This is light and yeah, if you wanted to have this trailer convince people to go and support the movie, this is what you need. Honestly, if this was the trailer that they really wanted to show you, they shouldn't have even showed you the first official teaser trailer. They should have just showed you this trailer, and that'd be fine, honestly. What else is here? I'm really digging the vibe and style of the trailer. It really is conveying that James Gunn is going to notice out the balancing of the Superman tone that he needs to balance out for. He did say there's going to be a lot of humor in the movie, so expect that. But if it's the right kind of Superman humor, that's really all that matters, you know?
It's probably going to come from the dog mostly, just to be honest. You know, it's probably
I'm
going to
not kidding. I swear to God, I can show you viral post from, you know, it's like those weird cringy anime profile accounts where they'll retweet a part of a trailer. It's like, why is he acting so emotional? Guys, I'll be honest, I'll take him acting emotional over what Henry Cavill did. Henry Cavill didn't have any emotion. They actually just didn't do anything. Someone would be debating if he even acted in the movie, but that's me just shit talking.
It's a great character point too. It shows it's like, to him, like, I saved lives.
It shows that he cares about saving lives.
Yeah, it's like, why is everyone pissed? I just saved lives. You know, he's compassionate about that, and it's really good. I don't know how I feel about them not using prominent actors for Ma and Pa Kent. But at the same time, I do like the whole middle class farmer. It feels more authentic than like the big ranch house style home.
I'm talking about that part, yeah.
So
people talked about that Green Lantern thing that Guy Gardner just did. Guys, this is how you can tell. Good Lord, people on Twitter are so stupid.
I figure it's just Snyder Bros hating.
No, it's how you can tell people haven't read some just a of the comics in general. Like some of them, certain Green Lanterns have such control over what they can do. It doesn't really matter if like they have to think for a construct. It's not every Green Lantern is the same. Just pointing it out there, you know, for going off of just that logic. But no, overall, the trailer was great. Had heart, had emotion. You had him actually talking. You had the Ma and Pa Kent element to it. The Lois Lane element was there. I liked that in mostly every iteration of Lois Lane, even when she's like in a relationship with Clark, she'll switch it between being a reporter then being his lover. And that's what she did there, which is very good. Like, you need that. That is actually a dynamic in the character. It's actually a way for her to have depth. It's like, okay, this is her job. She's doing her job then versus being his girlfriend. Because you know how some people would be. Hey, I'm kind of dating you and kind of blowing you, so I have to be a little bit nicer to you, you know? And guarantee you they had, like, really hot sex after this, which I would have too. But, you know, it's like when he that part where he said, I'm saving lives, it's like, that's Superman. That part where
that's what he does.
That part where he swung down really quickly and saved that person, like...
Yeah.
I don't know how much money this is going to make. I don't know. I don't know the budget of the movie, honestly. I would imagine it has to be what Thunderbolts' budget was at the very minimum, and the marketing is going to be at least around $100 million. I'd imagine total, marketing and budget included, this film's going to be around like 280. Like, guys, I'll be honest here, and I'm fair with every movie with this. The movie has to bring in at least the very minimum $700 million. At least. You know, if it brings in $850 million, if it brings in what Minecraft did, oh my God, that would be just fucking amazing. Now, is it gonna happen? Probably not. But if this movie brought in $800 million, I would put you in the profitable range. You know,
I would love to see this hit a bill, but I don't. I want to know how bad the bad faith, lack of will hurts movies. Yeah. I really want, because I think Thunderbolts really got hurt by it. I want to see how many people, because there's a lot of haters, but it's mostly just Snyder Bros. Yeah. And they wouldn't like it if it was.
They wouldn't have supported the movie anyway.
Yeah.
So you already couldn't have counted on them anyway. And also, you know, I hope people understand this. You know, this is DC's last attempt at doing a cinematic universe. So this movie doesn't do as good. All these plans they've announced to you, as we said in other previous videos that we have talking about, you know, DC's future and everything, you know, kind of go out the window. That's why they've only just wrapped up filming Supergirl and then kind of halted on starting filming on something else, because they want to do, okay, if Superman hits, then we have another movie ready to go. Then if Superman hits, we can already start filming for like the other movies actually. But outside of thinking about that, the movie introducing, because James Gunn, he's definitely putting a stamp on it. He likes his version of these characters. Like he said Guy Gardner's his favorite Green Lantern. That's just weird. That no one's ever said that.
Yeah.
His favorite Robin is literally Damian Wayne. I mean, and I will say this though. I'm not knocking on someone having their favorite shit, but his tastes are weird. Those are usually not the favorite iterations of those characters. They're just not. But if you can make them work, that's all that really matters. As far as like money goes, like I just said a second ago, the movie, if it has a budget of around $20 million and it has a marketing budget of like $100 million, it needs to be bringing in some big bucks. Like we're gonna need like $800, $900 million haul. But I don't know the budget of the movie. I don't know the marketing yet, but it'll be revealed eventually, and hopefully it makes money. It really just, it has to make money. It's kind of in that situation that DC put themselves in. Is James Gunn the guy to do it? I think he can. I mean, I've read his interviews about what he wants to do with the movie and how he did it. I'm essentially, comics reference here, I'm all in on James Gunn's Superman, as they say.
I'm really hoping that this is just not me being optimistic, but I really feel like it's going to make a bill. I think
if it makes $1 billion, Warner Brothers literally on Twitter will open their asshole in front of you and
yeah,
shit.
I do think it's going to hit a bill. I think it's going to hit a bill internationally, or all together. I think it's going to be the standout. I think Bad Will is going to hurt Fantastic Four. And Jurassic Park, like if you're going to bring your kids to something, Jurassic Park is probably not on the list. And if I had to pick between Fantastic Four and Superman, I think the hype would be there, so I could see more families. This is me hoping. I don't know. I feel like I guessed Winter Soldier correctly, but I didn't try guessing on Thunderbolts. But for some reason, I'm thinking this is going to be a knockout hit, and it's going to make a bill. I'm not 100%, but I don't know if it's just a gut or if it's just me hoping.
I would love to hit $1 billion.
Yeah.
I would, but as people know, when we do our movie math here, I have to be fair. If it fails financially, I have to call it out, even though it might be a great movie. People got to keep this in mind. If I just because I like a movie doesn't mean it performs well financially. Like that's just how it would be. Also, the other thing you brought up, which is correct, is the month it's coming out. These movies might end up just galvanizing each other, or we might get a Barbenheimer situation where like the blockbuster that comes out before the two newest ones ends up making less because it's the one that came out at like before the two newest ones did. So like with Barbenheimer, Mission Impossible 7 came out, and then the two newest ones came out, and people were like, well, why would I go watch that one? I need to watch the two newest ones and be in there in that moment. You have Jurassic Park 7, you have Fantastic Four, Superman. I'm going to be honest here, from what the director is talking about with the way they're taking Jurassic World, looking like it's going to be a little bit more better of a movie than the previous ones, which is not a high bar because those other previous ones were dog shit.
Now, out of all the trailers, Superman's gotten the best reaction because people were making fun of whatever the xenomorph-looking dinosaur was in Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
And Fantastic Four was getting lauded because the special effects didn't look finished or great. The second trailer I thought was better with Fantastic Four. And also Disney's and Marvel's already lack of will. So, but the problem is though, Superman is first in that lineup. So Superman, it's going to be hitting like, second week, and here comes Jurassic Park. Well, that could be a gut punch, especially if Jurassic Park is good. If Fantastic Four is good, which is very possible, then Superman might not even, might barely clear 600 million. Who knows how, and also how well will it be received around the world too? Like, which one is China going to like more? Because China is one of the bigger movie markets in the world. So it'll be interesting to see how all of this plays out with that, because it was one of those things where I would have almost moved Superman to August just so that it wouldn't have to fist fight all this stuff. But at the same time, though, this is their Hail Mary, and like you said, if this doesn't work, we might see Warner Brothers selling DC. Like that could be a possibility of that DC as a whole is now under like Apple or Amazon or whoever would pay money for. Fuck
If it
Disney.
ever went under Amazon, please kill me
But
now.
it's possibility
Actually
though,
hang
because
me. It's
they
true.
are on their last. This is their last chance on this stuff. Like they've even said so too. Like this has to make money, because if it doesn't, we might,
We've heard the reports already. Yeah.
Can you imagine if Warner Brothers as a whole went down and they sold to
reports of that recently? I'm pretty sure you saw recently where it's being heavily contemplated. They're going to be splitting up parts of the company, like the game and film. Essentially, like the comics division will be one part, and then the other part will be another thing. But to be fair, I'll be honest, even outside of Superman coming out, they're probably going to do that anyway, because they've been showing a lot of things to us that they're going to be cutting. Like they cut essentially not CNN. Well, but they did do that. Well, but that's a trash program. Cartoon Network, they've been really gutting that. Looney Tunes stuff they've been gutting. HBO, they recently brought like HBO Max is coming back, and it's like, what are you doing? Why did you ever make it Max? Everyone, I literally said it years ago when I had a different podcast that we were recording this video on. Literally said the Max name is stupid. They're gonna put it back to HBO Max. Color me shocked they did.
Yeah.
But as far as Superman goes, with James Gunn, I have full faith he's going to deliver a good Superman movie. And I'm not even just comparing it just to Man of Steel, guys. I'm not, but I'm essentially comparing it to all the Superman live action movies that I've seen. And I think this one could easily be one of the best ones, honestly. Not saying much, because outside of like the original, most of these are bad. Like, I mean, Superman 2, I haven't seen that in forever, but guaranteed by rewatch, that's probably not going to hold up very well. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it definitely is going to beat out the one where he's lasering the Great Wall of China back together,
Oh, yeah.
And 4, Jesus Christ.
We don't talk about Superman 3 or 4. We don't talk about that.
It's crazy how people are debating on how can Superman save this girl from this giant monster as she's about to get stepped on. Guys, Superman is so fast he can race the Flash. Do you know how fast the Flash is? Yeah. Wally West or Barry Allen. If you think he can't save someone, I'm sorry. Well, you're just retarded, honestly. It's like, and keep in mind, people always say, "Oh, just suspend your disbelief and just enjoy it." Well, then there's no reason why he can't save her, then, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, I'll get your final thoughts and opinions on the trailer. You enjoyed it, obviously.
Yeah. I'm hyped. I got hyped for the Superman. I might even be week 1 going to go watch it.
I'm going opening Thursday, yeah, for sure.
Even though I hate crowds, but I'll probably still do it. But yeah, it's good. To me, it looks good. Yeah, the storyline looks good. I like the way the characters are coming together. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I think it's gonna be a good film, and I think it's gonna do good for James Gunn and for DC. And this was a good trailer. The first one was nice, but this one was a good trailer, even though it's like 3 minutes, which, yeah, it could be a little bit long, the long side, but at the same time, though, I didn't feel like that.
I don't feel like from the trailers. Yeah, I don't feel like from the trailers we've seen the whole movie.
No. I think like the action that you saw in there was like the first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I think that him talking with Lois about stopping the war, and then the fight with the monster where he gets burnt, I think that's all first 20 minutes of the movie. Like I like even that robot, person in the robot suit he's fighting. One video I said that was from one of the countries where the war he stopped. They sent that after Superman. So I think that's still all first half of the movie. Like I think we haven't seen nearly the tip of the iceberg on what we got to.
Also, Nicholas Hoult, woo, looking pretty sinister.
Yeah, he's looking good.
He's not doing that cringy Jesse Eisenberg stuff, right, everyone?
No.
Yeah. Ugh, gross. That would have made a perfect Riddler, honestly. Would have made the perfect Riddler. But we got Jesse Eisenberg as fucking Lex Luthor. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Lex Luthor's supposed to be all buff, like human peak condition. Jesse Eisenberg looks like maybe 80 pounds soaking wet.
Well, as you guys know, for myself, I'm looking forward to this movie. It's definitely one of my most highly anticipated movies of the year, barring a few other movies that are already have potentially are going to come out later in the year as well. I have full faith that James Gunn is going to deliver a great Superman movie. You know, the only thing I'm really not exactly satisfied on is his suit. Hopefully, he can get a different suit by the end of the movie, because that suit doesn't look that good. Like, the CW producing a better Superman suit than a live action movie is, come on. Like, that suit is ugly, for being completely honest here. Those lines are making it look completely tacky. But overall, I found both trailers good overall. This one was way better, way more heartfelt, way more emotional. The dialogue in Superman is very important. I'm glad we finally got a chance to hear him speak and actually talk to the characters he's going to talk to in the movie. Other than that, yeah, just as long as he can balance out the plot and make each character relevant to what's going to happen in the movies, all that matters. So, yeah, hopefully this movie can make a lot of money, because Lord knows Warner Brothers needs it. So thank you guys for checking out this video. If you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. I'm MSK, aka Master Swag King, and we're going to be signing out, guys. See you guys later. Peace.